Hello friends, myself Mr. Rahul Chakule. After discussing the two problems by relative velocity method and one previous problem by relative velocity and acceleration method, now again we are taking the slider crank mechanism problem by using the relative velocity and acceleration method. So let us see the problem. For slider crank mechanism, the crank OA rotates at 180 rpm. The length of the different lengths of slider crank mechanism are given, like OA is equal to 500 mm, the length of link AB 1500 mm, the length of link AC 250 mm, and from the given information, uh, the unknown is acceleration of slider B, and the second unknown is acceleration of point C. So again, you have to follow the same steps. First of all, you draw the configuration diagram. The configuration diagram is nothing but the same mechanism or the same sketch by using the scale. Okay. Then you draw the velocity polygon. For making the velocity polygon, it is necessary to determine the value of velocity for the crank. Okay. And then you draw the acceleration polygon. Okay. So let us see. In this problem, for making the configuration diagram, I have chosen the scale 1 centimeter is equal to 250 meter or 250 mm. Okay, because the dimensions are given in mm. So I have redrawn the same sketch. I have given the name as configuration or space diagram. Now, for drawing the velocity polygon, first of all, I have find out the velocity of crank AO. So it is by formula R into omega. Omega is not given directly, but RPM value is given. So apply the formula omega is equal to 2 pi n divided by 60. You keep that value of omega in the equation of velocity and you will get the velocity of crank AO is equal to 9.43 meter per second. So based on that value of velocity, you take the scale for velocity polygon. I have taken the scale 1 centimeter is equal to 2 meter per second. Again, you have to follow the same method. First of all, you locate the fixed point O. Then the crank is having the or each this crank or these links are a scalar vector. It is having a magnitude and a direction. So let us see the velocity one by one. First of all, I'll take the link OA, that is crank. So how much magnitude of the crank? It is already the 9.43 divided by scale. So 9.43 divided by 2 means 4 point something centimeter. So you take the length of 4 point something centimeter, that is small OA. So where is the direction? It is determined or it is finalized based on the value of omega. So in the problem, the crank OA is given RPM in anticlockwise. So as per the direction of omega, you take the length for OA. It is anticlockwise, so O is the right side, and this length of OA on the left side, because as per the direction of omega is given anticlockwise. Accordingly, you have to take the length as per the direction of omega. Okay, so after getting the small a point, then you go for the another link AB. So again, velocity is always perpendicular. So you draw the velocity from small a. How much length you don't know, and again you do that. You draw the line of action of the velocity from A only, but the next link is the slider B. So the velocity of the slider is always along the line of action passing through the fixed point. So you know the fixed point O, you draw the velocity. which is the along the line of action. The slider is horizontal, the line of action is horizontal, and this is intersecting at a point. I have given the notation as small b. Okay, and accordingly I have written the velocity of AO, then direction, then velocity of B with respect to A, the direction, and the velocity of B and the direction. So each link is because already you know it is a scalar, so it is magnitude as well as direction we have shown in on the velocity polygon. Then the point C, which is lies at a distance of small, that is AC 250 mm from A point. Um, Again, on the given connecting rod AB, the point C lies. So by using the same proportionate method, you locate the small C point on the velocity polygon. You connect this C point to the fixed point, then you will get the velocity of C. Okay. Now, after plotting this velocity polygon, the next one is the acceleration polygon. Okay, so again you have to take the scale for acceleration polygon, and this particular scale is taken on the basis of the normal component of crank. Already you know each link is having the two components, one is the normal component and the second one is the tangential component. So the normal component is determined by the formula velocity divided by r, that is length. Okay, and it is always parallel to the link which is given in the space diagram. Okay, and the direction is always towards the center of rotation. So this thing you have to keep in mind regarding the centripetal or normal component. And the second one is the tangential component. It is always perpendicular to the normal component, and the magnitude is determined by the formula r into alpha, where r is the length of that link and alpha is the angular acceleration given in the problem. So accordingly you can easily determine the magnitude for the normal component. The second feature you have to keep in mind, if the crank is given uniform or constant speed, then there is only one component, that is a normal component. In such cases, the tangential component is zero. And the third feature you have to keep in mind, if the problem having the slider, in that case you have to keep in mind that the slider is having only the tangential component. The normal component is zero because the radius or the length of the slider becomes a infinity. So because of that, the normal component becomes a zero. So there is only one component, and that is the tangential component for the slider. So these three features you have to keep in mind, and before making the acceleration polygon. Now let us see the acceleration polygon. Before making the acceleration polygon, you have to summarize all this information in the tabular form. That will be helpful to make the polygon easily. So column number one is crank, the second one is the length, third one is velocity, the fourth one is the normal component of the link, and the fifth one is the tangential component of the link. In the given problem, the number of links are OA and AB. So I have given the written the length, velocity, and normal component. So normal component is determined by the formula velocity divided by r. So you can easily determine the normal component value of the acceleration of the given link. And for OA it is already 0 because the crank is moving with uniform speed, it is given in the problem. Okay, and the link AB is having the, you know, on both the components, one is magnitude as well as the direction. Okay, so first of all you have to locate the fixed point. So the O is the fixed point, so I have given the O, small o, as a notation. Okay, then you have to calculate the uh, acceleration for crank. So already you know the crank is having only one component, that is normal component, and the magnitude of the normal component is determined on the basis of this particular formula velocity divided by r. So it becomes 177.65. So based on that value you take the scale for acceleration polygon. I have taken the scale for acceleration polygon as 1 centimeter is equal to 30 meter per second square. So 177.65 divided by 30 means approximately 5.3 centimeter length is the for crank OA, right? This is the magnitude. And how the direction, always the direction of the normal component is towards the center of rotation. So for link OA O is the fixed one, so the direction is towards the center of rotation. So you take the length O. If I assume the O on the top side, top right side, so you take the length bottom side, because the direction is towards the center of rotation, that is towards the O, so that is towards the left side. So I have taken from O to A. Okay, how much length? 5.3 centimeter as per the magnitude for crank. So accordingly, and that is final one, so I have given the A because the tangential component is 0. And from A, the next link is AB. So for link AB, there are two components. One is normal and another is tangential. So the normal component is always towards the center of rotation. So assuming the B is sliding and A is the fixed one, so the direction is towards A, that is towards the center of rotation. So accordingly, it is parallel to link AB. So always acceleration is parallel to link. So AB, you take the normal component of AB parallel to link capital AB given in the space diagram. So how much length? Again 30.83 is the normal component divided by scale, that is 1 centimeter approximately. So you take the length of 1 centimeter, you write down here B dash, or you can also write down X because it is not final component, so I have given the B dash. Again the tangential component of BA, it is perpendicular to the normal component, so I have drawn the perpendicular to normal component. So it is not, I am not getting the B location until now. Okay, now you next link, that is a slider. So you know the slider is having only one component, that is the tangential component, and it is along the line of action. So from the fixed point O, you draw the acceleration, that is the tangential component, that is the final component for the slider. So, and this line of action of the slider, and this tangential component of AB, which is intersecting at a location I have given the name as small p. So, and when you join the normal component and the tangential component by a dark line, it is the final component of BA, that is connecting rod. So the next one is C point, which are given on the connecting rod. So this C location, or the location of the C, you have to locate on the final component, not on the normal and not on the tangential, but the you have to locate the C point on the final acceleration line of the link AB. So accordingly, the same proportionate method, you have to locate the C point. Okay, so from the C point again you have to join to the fixed one, and that is the um, acceleration of the C point. Okay, so you have to accordingly you have to write down all the magnitude as well as the direction accordingly as we have discussed, and this is the complete acceleration polygon. And from the acceleration polygon, then we are going for the unknown. So the first unknown is the acceleration of slider B. So the acceleration of slider B, it is nothing but the vector OB. So you measure the length of vector OB and you multiply by the acceleration polygon scale, and the final answer comes 124.5 meter per second square. And another unknown is acceleration of point C. Again, you know the C point, you join the C point with the fixed one, that is O, you measure the vector OC and you multiply by the scale. So here the answer comes 124.5 meter per second square. So in this way, you have to draw the configuration diagram by this scale. You have to draw the velocity polygon as per the velocity of crank. Then you have to draw the acceleration polygon as per the scale, and that scale is nothing but the normal component of crank. Okay. Uh, and another thing, keep in mind the direction of the velocity for the velocity polygon. You take the direction for crank as per the uh, rotation of omega, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise given in the problem. And regarding the acceleration polygon, you take the normal component is always towards the center of rotation. So the direction of the normal component is always there towards the center of rotation, and the tangential component is always perpendicular to normal component. So these are basic things you have to keep in mind. So I think this is over. Thank you.